All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon and welcome to third Treasury International Management Accounting and Economic Tournament. And welcome to semi-final round in Business Simulation Competition 2025. I'm Salima
Recording
and
in
I'm with my
progress.
colleague Jasmine. We are deeply honored to serve as your master ceremony in this exciting international competition. It is an absolute pleasure to stand here virtually with all of you today. This competition is more than just a game, it is a reflection of your strategic minds, teamwork, and decision making. So give yourself a round of applause for making it here today in semi-final round. Before we deep dive into the competition, I would like to go to over few key important rules and guideline you must to keep in mind throughout the competition. First is registration rules. Participant must be an active tertiary institution level student, such as in a university in bachelor on or diploma level, proven by submitting a scanned copy of a valid student ID card. A participant is considered invalid if their name is not on the official registration list, they submit forget or invalid student ID card, and they provide false or inaccurate information. Each participant must only join one team. If a team member is unable to attend the semi-final round, the team might proceed with the replacement member or remaining registered members. The team must inform the educate committee of any changes in the team compositions. Once the competition begins, no changes in the team composition. The competition will be held online via Zoom meeting, and Zoom display name must include the team name and the participant names. Zoom display name must follow the format team name underscore participant name. The mismatched names will not be admitted in the breakout room. Participants are urged to be present no later than 10 minutes before the competition briefing begins. They must enter the room with complete team members. If a team member is not ready at the scheduled time, they will be considered forfeited. Zoom camera must be on at all times during the competition. Failure to do so will lead to reducing point recorded as the penalty expenses transaction. Participant must use the official business and competition Zoom background provided by the committee, and other than assigned participants are not allowed to enter the Zoom breakout room or help the process of the competition, such as lecture. This is the competition round. Now we are ready in the second round of business simulation competition in semifinal, and we are going to go to the second session of semifinal. In semifinal, participant will play for 4 periods, starting from January to April, with 20 minutes allocated per period. This will last for 80 minutes in total. Competition rules. Each team will compete based on their assigned session and will be supervised by a committee member. Any issue during the match, excluding the internet connection problems, must be communicated via Zoom chat to the supervising committee. Only the committee that has the authority to decide whether assistance will be provided. Device and competition ethical regulation. Each participant is responsible for their own internet connections. Any internet-related issue are the sole responsibility of the participant. The game must be accessed using a PC or laptop. Any form of cheating or fraud that will lead to the disruption to other teams or the process of the competition will result in immediate sanction by the committee. Educate has the authority to determine both the winner and or disqualified team. All participants must maintain sportsmanship and avoid disturbing other teams during the competitions, and the use of inappropriate or offensive language during the competition is strictly prohibited. This is applicable in any medium, WhatsApp, YouTube live stream, Zoom, Instagram, and so on during the training, the preparation until the end of the competition. Failure to meet this standard will lead to disqualification. Next, competition postponed by educate only. Postpone is a condition where a scheduled match is delayed before it starts due to force majeure or other valid reason determined by the committee. Postpone may last up to 30 minutes. Postpone period. If a condition are deemed suitable by the committee before 30 minutes, the period may be shortened. But if the first period is not sufficient, a second 30-minute postpone period might be applied. If after second period the competition still cannot be proceed, the status change to a schedule change. Only educate committee that has the authority to decide the postpone period. Next, walkout policy. Walkout refers to a team leaving the competition while it is still in progress. There are three types of walkout. First, the team is unable to compete due to not meeting competition requirements. Second, the team refuses to compete, discontinues the match, or is absent without verified reason. Third, the team committing fraud that disrupt the competition or other teams. Teams in either walkout category are considered defeated. Walkout due to absent rules. At the start of the match, the committee will call the teams to enter breakout rooms. After a first call, if a team has not joined in 5 minutes, a second call is made. After 5 more minutes, a third call is made. The team has not entered, the committee may declare the team walkout. Next, disqualification criteria. First, accessing another team transactions. Having a negative balance in cash-in bank or general ledger account at the start of new period. Note, negative balance are allowed only while the period is still open. Conducting transactions that violate competition rules and result in unreasonable profit. Any form of cheating not specifically listed but that harms other teams or the process of the competition as determined by the company.
All right, moving on to the winning category. For the finalist teams, there are three categories for each group, which are the first, second, and third place winners. The first winner would be the team with the highest profit per batch. The second winner would be the team with the second highest profit per batch. And the third winner would be the team with the third highest profit per batch. We also have department awards for all 5 departments, as shown in the competition. For accounting and finance, this would be the team with the highest ending cash and bank balance. Procurement would be the team with the highest inventory turnover ratio. For production, it will be the team with the highest revenue from total goods, including raw, semi-finished, and finished goods. Sales would be the team with the highest production volume across all juice products. And for human capital, it would be the team with the highest manager total value score. For the best presentation awards and the final winners at the end of the competition, these will be announced right after the final round is over. So stay tuned on Educate IDN's YouTube live stream. For this afternoon, for this session, we have our 5 teams, with Chuan Fighters with company code ZS01, Maan Naja with ZS02, Infinite Profit with ZS03, Great Mates with ZS04, and Busim Capitalist with ZS05. So again, welcome to the semi-final challenge. This is a unique challenge, unlike the previous stage of the competition. More intense, and we hope you guys are ready to level up. Now, compared to the preliminary round, there are a couple of things different with this semi-final round. For example, 1, the starting cash in bank at this time is only $700,000. 2, each team may only recruit a maximum of 7 sales managers. And 3, now fruit spoilage will now increase progressively between 50 to 70% in each period. Now, with this increase in fruit spoilage, we're recommending that the participants make use of investing and buying cold storage. You want to talk about it more?
Okay, so actually cold storage assets is an asset for our company. Once you buy a cold storage, this is only one time paying that. So if you buy for example 5 tons of cold storage, you only need to buy it at first, but in the second period or the third period you are no need to pay the such as subscribes cost for the cold storage. Is not it's only one time paying, and it is not affect in your profit and loss because it is actually the assets for your company. It will only affect the depreciation cost, the only cost 1/240% from the depreciation cost. So that's all. We highly recommend you to use cold storage assets so you can buy a lot of raw materials at first period with cheaper cost, with the cheapest cost maybe, and you may save it and reduce your production cost over all periods. So that's all. This is the new challenge for you guys in semifinal for all semifinalist participant in our semifinal rounds. So let's go to the next session is joining breakout room. All right, so please rename your Zoom display name using the format team name underscore participant name and move to your assigned breakout room according to your session and your company name. There will be a game supervisor in each breakout room. So if you experience any problem, please report to your supervisor. And please remember that you guys cannot log into the game code and username before we started together. So please don't try to log in as fast as possible. You maybe you want to start it faster than other, but you cannot. It will lead you to the error. So please follow the instruction and we will start the games together. That's all. And let's join the breakout room. Okay, it seems like all team has ready in their breakout room and they are ready to start the game. So, because all is that, let's go start the first period of semifinal business simulation competition in 3, 2, 1. All right, and enjoy the game, guys. Please make sure that you guys have a new strategy because we have a new challenge for you. You maybe they are all team have new strategy. We can see here Jasmine, all the cash balance started from $700,000, and they only can recruit
seven this time, yeah.
seven sales manager, and the amount offered spoilage will be higher than yesterday. Okay, so let's see if there are any new strategy from each team.
All right, so not to interrupt you guys working on the period right now, but here we just want to share some results after the first session. So we actually see here that one of their leaders, the leading teams here is US02 earlier, right?
Yeah, from Serigala,
From-
Sumatra.
They were able to get quite high compared to yesterday. So yesterday we're only seeing about profit and loss around the 4 million range, but now it's gone up to the 5 and almost even 10 million range.
Yeah. All right, and followed by ZIT-05 from the company JK, and followed by ZIT-03 and ZIT-04 from 5
Strategic
Strategians and Boost teams. Okay, so actually you guys not only compete between all of you here, 5 teams in this session, but out of the 15, you guys also compete with all the 15 teams that are successfully moving to the semifinals. So the tips is just keep going, do the best for your company, your team, to generate the higher profit and loss, so you guys maybe can continue. I hope so. Yeah, you guys can continue to the final sessions. So the competition between 5 teams here is not matter, and the matter is all the 15 teams. Okay, so all right, let's see here. After the first session, we're moving to the profit and loss in second sessions.
And we can already see some activity here. Yeah. Yeah, we can already see some activity here from ZS02 Ma'alaja. So earlier I saw that they were one of the first ones to produce a lot of bottles.
Oh yeah.
But now ZS03 Infinite Profit has overtaken them in that. But we'll get to see their strategy, you know, ultimately it's based on the profit and loss graph and also a bunch of other
Yep.
costs that they have to cover. So let's see
Let's see.
overall what they've started off with.
All right, but look at that. The sales revenue of ZS02 or Ma'alaja is the highest now. Followed by the Infinite Profit. Is away from the grid maths. Yeah, they maybe still trying to plan it or any other.
And we see here that ZS05 immediately went for hiring managers. And then followed by ZS01 and ZS04 there.
ZS04 here. Oh, ZS04 is recruiting their manager now, but not yet produced any juice bottles. Yeah.
So you can see ZS02 and ZS03 earlier, they focused more on producing and selling the bottles immediately, while ZS01 and ZS04 they focus more on hiring them on the managers first.
To reducing their sales costs. All right.
We can see here, so far ZS01 and ZS03 has the most raw materials.
Okay, raw materials.
Yeah. But ZS05 has a lot of finished goods and also raw materials.
Yeah, basically in producing process.
So, you know, I think they're getting ready to sell all of these.
Yeah, because at first they have to produce a lot of shoes, maybe raw materials, or semi-finished goods. Or let's see if there are any intercompany activity between all of this thing.
So far not yet. Maybe for later. We'll see what the strategy is.
All right. So actually, each company has the same fruit specialization as before in preliminary session. So if you guys remember, or keep notes, take notes for that. You guys can negotiate with all the teams that has the cheapest fruit for your juice production,
which is really crucial because here these aren't your only competitors. The other teams aren't your only competitors. So I'm also curious to see, you know, whether there's going to be some intercompany and the type of strategies they'll take interacting with different companies as well.
Interacting with different company, because actually buying juice raw materials from vendors is relatively expensive. Yeah, if you compare to the other company that has the specialization in that, so we can get the cheaper.
All right, we'll check in a bit when the graph maybe has experienced some change, and let's check on the overall status of the groups, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
All right, so this is 9 minutes left after we start the first period, January. Let's see if there are any progress here from all of the teams.
So we can see here ZS02 is still leading, and then ZS03 is just almost there. It's really close, only a 200,000 difference. And now we finally get to see ZS01 going up. We're here. Oh, and slowly ZS04 as well. And finally, at the bottom here is ZS05. We saw them have a lot of stocks.
Yeah.
And maybe they're trying to sell them first earlier.
Still in process. But we can see here that there is a slow progress from ZS04. Let's scroll it. For ZS04 teams from Grid Maths, there is
I think they're just starting to sell over here.
okay, just started to sell. I'm worried, just worry about them because I think that they face any error or challenge. If you guys have experienced any issue, just feel free to tell us in main room or maybe in breakout room support. Okay.
I think they were hiring some labor here first.
I see hiring labor.
And then I think that now they're just starting this.
Okay.
Well, let's see, maybe they can catch up with the others.
Of course.
We'll see in the next around 7-8 minutes.
Okay.
Here we see we have a lot of finished goods with ZS05. They also have quite a lot of raw materials. And they're getting them out.
Talking about raw materials, I remember that raw materials will be spoiled.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I think we need to to remind the teams about the fruit spoilage because this fruit spoilage in semifinal is higher than before. Yep.
And there's 7 minutes left until the period closes, so the teams might want to watch out for the raw materials spoiling. Maybe invest in some cold storage.
Yeah, invest in assets cold storage so you guys can save the raw materials. Talking about raw materials and fruit spoilage and asset cold storage, I found that there are several teams that still confused about the cold asset storage. They think that once they buy the cold asset storage, they will pay it For
Leave that entire prize.
yeah, the entire price in each period.
But that's
Yeah.
not the case.
Yeah, but that's not the case. The case is the cold accessories is only one time buying, one buy time. So you only need to pay it at first. At yeah, once you buy it,
Mhm.
okay, just buy 5 tons of cold storage, and you just need to pay like $500,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
For one thing to clarify, the price on the participant screen might seem really big, but actually that's the price for 20 years.
Yeah,
So if you think about it, if we divide that cost up by 24 months, that's actually it's a really good
Yeah,
deal.
it's
It's
a
a
really
really good
good deal.
investment because your monthly payments, since we're only paying by months here, is actually not gonna be a lot
Yeah.
compared to, wasting a
Yeah,
lot of
wasting
working
raw
materials at the end of a
materials.
period.
Or you just buy raw materials in small amount from the vendor, you will get the higher price, right? Compared to once you buy it directly in a huge amount from the vendor or other company, you will get the cheaper cost of production, and you save it in the cold asset storage. It will reduce your production cost or cost of goods sold, just like that. So investing asset cold storage is an investment, yeah, not the cost.
And we can see here that I think the teams are starting to get ready to get rid of their finished goods. So earlier, I think I just saw Z05, they had around 1 million
1
in
million.
finished goods, and now it's starting to count down around the same with the other teams. And you can see, here, Z0 has the most raw materials right now. I think they're
Yeah.
converting and also selling their finished goods around the same time here. So we'll see, we have 5 minutes left, and
Wow.
that went really fast.
fast.
It really fast, yeah. And also reminding the teams that by the end of the period, you must pay all your costs here in the liabilities and equity section, because if not, we will not be able to move to the next round.
Yeah.
So make sure you have enough cash in the bank and make sure you can cover all your costs, and so you can move on to the next period.
Okay. All right, 1 minute left until we continue closing this periods. And we can see here that's visit as 05 or the company from Busim Capitalist has a significant move in sell their finished goods. I'm a little afraid about their cash in bank.
Earlier, yeah,
Yeah.
we were a little afraid, and then suddenly,
Yeah, who hasn't significantly increased their cash in
Mhm.
bank? That's really good move. But until they successfully sell all the finished goods, you can see here
until
that's
it's completely zero.
yeah, it's completely zero comparing to the other company. Okay, this
Yeah, ZS03 might want to watch out with their raw materials because you have 10 seconds left and they have a lot of raw materials. A lot of it is spoiled.
it's gonna be spoiled.
Same with ZS04 and ZS01. They might wanna be careful about that.
All right, so let's close the periods. It's January 1st already closed. And let's pay all the sales manager salary. It's time to give your sales manager a treatment.
Deserved pay for
Yeah,
their hard work.
yeah, for their hard work, they deserve money from you. Okay.
CS01
CS01.
and CS04. Please don't forget to pay.
Okay, grid maths and Chuan factors.
All right, CS01.
CS01 and yeah, still Chuan factors. Pay your manager salary. We still wait for Chuan factors to pay the sales manager salary in post outgoing payment. We can see. Yep.
Let's look at the graph here. Yeah, we'll see CS02 is currently leading, CS03, CS01 is just catching up. And then we have CS04 and 005. But I think they were making quite a lot of progress, especially 005
yeah.
that we saw.
Okay. All right.
Let's check again.
Let's check again. Still
ZS01, don't forget to pay your managers.
Chuan factors.
All right, thank you, ZS01 for paying. Thank you for everyone for paying all the costs. We'll be moving on to the next period, the month of February. And so we'll count it down.
And 3,
3,
2,
2,
1. All right, and the February period has been opened, and you can now start to create a production plan or any other, or maybe creating sales manager or warehouse. Let's see here. This is the S01.
A lot of fruit spoilage.
Yeah, a lot of fruit spoilage, as we know here. And okay, the first spoilage is significantly decreased.
Mm-hmm.
The raw material significantly decreased for the S01. And okay, and it seems like there are movement here.
Mm-hmm.
All companies start to buy new materials again. All right. We will see you in a couple of minutes. Enjoy the game.
Hello, Fitrul. Ram.
Hello, Bashir. Thank you
Yeah.
very much for making the time.
Okay.
But Salima, I think Bashir is already joined us.
All right. All right, Mr. Bashir, welcome to this semifinal competition round in business simulation competition. We are deeply honored to having you here with us in this afternoon, and I hope you guys, I hope you, sir, can make this business simulation with us today. And here we can see now we are in the second sessions of semi-final round in business simulation competitions, and we have 5 teams that's now competing in the February periods. We actually have 4 periods in this game, starting from January, February, March, and April. And this is the dashboard from each department, placement conditions and activity from each team. There are 5 teams starting from here, sir. ZS01, Tuan Factors, ZS02 Ma'anaja, ZS03 Infinite Profit, ZS04 and until ZS05. And this is all the movement. Here's the profit and loss graph and procurement, production, sales, finance, warehouse, and human capital. And this is the balance sheets of their activity now. And also this is the profit and loss statement from each company. All right, so it's a pleasure. Maybe you have one or any other to greet our participant here. All right, hello, Mr. Bashir. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah. Continue. Yep.
All right, so maybe you want to introduce yourself, or maybe just directly reviewing the conditions of each company from from all over 5 company here, by saying the balance sheets and the profit and loss. Maybe you have any comment or any opinion about their conditions.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Actually, okay. My name is Bashir. I'm a senior lecturer here at Azman Hashim Business School, UTM. And first of all, because they invited me just for the interview. Now I don't know what is it. Is it just to judge this? Presentation, or you are the committee now, or who are presenting now? Students, or can you just let me know? I'm evaluating now, or just we are having, this is the committee now?
Mbak Salima, may I help to
Actually,
explain?
all the teams.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Bashir, so this is actually the competition or the business simulation competition that's currently occurring right now. So they are working on their simulation in a platform. So we have a kind of platform. So now they are in a breakout room. So they are competing against each other. So there are 5 companies and they are building their their products. So these are the reports of all the condition of each of their company. So ZS01 is one company from one university, and then number 2 is from different company, and so on. So we have 5 companies here in one session. So this is the report of their condition right now. So starting from the loss, profit and loss, and then the products and the production and so forth. So there are several factors, or probably several elements that they have to consider. And then because this is a semi-final, so we will take 5 best companies which are going to go to the final round on Saturday. So basically, you can see the balance sheet over there, and then you can give some comments because they're competing against each other in a platform. So here is like give your opinions about the work in the platform, right?
Okay. Okay, now I understand it because now it is clear for me because previously I didn't know you invited me for the interview. Is it to
Okay.
judge? It is
Yes.
to evaluate or what? All right.
Yeah.
Thank
The
you.
your job to evaluate will be on Saturday. Don't worry. Okay.
Okay, just
Yes.
now. Okay, so you just open now. I can see just now. If you just share the screen again.
All right, so this is the dashboard for profit and loss. This is the graph. You can see here the highest profit and loss is for the company from ZS02, Ma'anaja, and this is the department placement for
Yeah.
now. And this is the amount of the total, yeah,
the
total
bottom
juice
side.
produced and so on. And this is the balance sheets of each company, the asset and liabilities and equity, and
Yeah.
profit and loss statement here. Okay, maybe which one you may to start, sir?
Yeah, in case of what you have seen. What is that? Okay. Okay, but here in terms of production, I can see which one is the highest. Just now here we have Z is 03, right? And also 05. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I think ZS05 has the highest production and followed by ZS03. I agree with you.
Yeah, but anyhow, we're talking about the sales. Sales, the highest also remain with the 05 and also followed by 03 and 02. Okay, that is the sales and revenue, even if they have the production is high, but then we have to see their sales. I mean, the sales performance. Okay, and then this human capital.
Maybe we can move to the balance sheets, yeah. You can see
Yeah.
here all the cash in bank, finished goods, raw materials, and also the a lot of account payable here.
All the costs that they have to cover eventually.
Okay.
Okay, paid and earning. This is all about all financial matters, you know. All right. So need to study all of this and see what's and compare between all these asset, talking about liabilities, profit and loss. Okay, can you go for the profit and loss in terms of revenues? So why the Medina here? You see the Medina company is not here in the revenue one. If you look at the revenue. Yeah, and the revenue, I mean, you show just now the sales that the highest one is they call Madani or what the company. But then the highest one here in the juices revenue, gift back revenue. Okay, Jesus is the highest one, is 31.
Okay, so from all the condition here, from juice revenue, give back revenue, actually, give back revenue is not yet started. It
Yeah.
will last at it will start at the last period because it is actually just like special season.
Yeah.
Season just like Christmas season or New Year season, just like that. And after saying all the condition of the profit and loss and balance sheets statement here from all the company, from your opinion, sir, which company will lead the profit and loss placement here?
Okay, from my opinion, if you go up here just to see, All right. So, but I mean, it's not clear here in terms of the revenues. We have only this two companies, right? Based on two companies. Or what? Juice revenue. This is for one company or how many companies here? Because it's not clear to me actually. Semi-finished revenue, gift revenue. Yeah, okay. Just wait on that. Okay, now is okay. In terms of this is 01, 02, 03, 04, 05.
It is actually 5 company.
Yeah,
Okay,
five.
it's indicate.
Yeah, 5
Right.
companies. But then as you can see here, the revenue for 01 is almost like 17 million for the juice revenue, sales deduction 12, 21, 4 million, 33 million, right? Okay. Yeah, actually, I mean, I have to. It's not just in this interview. I have to evaluate in many items related to finance, related production and sales. You know, okay. And I felt that when you called me for the interview here to judge based on not based on the financial matters. Okay.
Right.
I
Actually is
No, previously you have sent me maybe just to see if their production related to environment, okay, if if their project actually in terms of green and whatever, right? Because you are doing in green projects. Yeah, but this one need to do analysis from the part of financial analysis.
yeah, that's right. We
But
want
if
to just give a quick quick review, yeah, from each company here, from ZA01 to ZA05 about their condition, or maybe, in your opinion, sir, to get for a company to get they want to get the higher profit and loss, right?
Yeah.
From your opinion, what is the tips and trick for each company so they can maximize the production process, having the cheapest production cost and generate the highest sales revenue? Maybe you can give your opinion about that.
Okay, my opinion, just I mean, when I look, that's why I want to see here the sales compare. If you just take one company, compare their production, compare their sales, okay, you can see the production of the last one, 05. Their production and the sales also is quite good. But even if you look at the production 003 and the sales, it seems also fine. But if you see if you are produce a lot, then the sales is down, then this maybe lead to less revenue. That's I mean my comment here. So if you produce more and in terms of production, so at least the sales can be more as well. Okay.
All right, so maybe the strategy is to produce a lot of juice so we can boost the sales revenue. But the things is related to like the production cost because of the supplier, the cost that offered by the supplier, or any other such as the company has to pay the managers and the labor costs, such as that. And also we have here the fruit that there is spoiled from one period to other periods. I think the company also have to maintain this.
Yeah, that's actually okay. This is an overall, okay, we see which one, I mean, what factors that lead to high revenue? If we look, we have to do analysis more, not just a quick review. But for example, if you look at one company, we see, okay, which one is the highest revenue? Then we see what factors actually lead to this high revenue. Is it because of the low human, what do you call that? Low labor cost? How about their production compared to the sales performance? And also, if let's see one of the companies has a low revenue, then we look at the factors that really hinder this kind of sales revenue performance in terms of whether they produce so much maybe production, or maybe they have a high what do you call that, high cost in labors, cost in the supply chain, supply chain of the materials. These are the things. All right. So
You certainly are right, sir. And yeah, like you said, there are a lot of different factors, and hopefully our participants today will be able to, take into account each of them and try to balance out what's the best strategy considering all of them.
yes,
Alright.
yeah. Okay.
All right, so actually, each period of business in February, we have 20 minutes, and it can shows in the screen that it's only 50-second time left for this period. So, sir, we are going to remind the participant first to complete all the business process transaction here.
Especially their costs. So
Yeah,
well, actually,
especially their costs here. They can start to pay. Yeah, it seems like
most of it has already paid.
okay, except the good receipt and invoice receipt form ZS01 here. They have to pay it. Are they capable enough to pay this?
We'll see.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
and then I just want to Fitrol. Okay, for this, you just let me know more, because you sent me a links. I don't know how many. There are 20 participants, so I don't know. Do you want me to evaluate them, or huh?
Yeah. So the link
You
that I
sent
sent you
30.
previously,
Previously you sent me 13 participant to
26.
huh?
It should be 26.
26. That
Yeah, it should be 26. The group presentation of the students.
yeah, because
Yeah.
the previous measurement is to see their project in terms of
Mm.
green, what is the these kind of factors. But this one just sudden. Okay, I have to look at several things. It's just
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
This is the
Because
performance. Okay, I got
right.
a lot of revenue, but then what lead to that revenue? I don't know what is
Okay.
the background of that company.
Yeah.
What is the supply chain management behind that? This is the things. You cannot just simply say this is high revenue or what not. What lead to that
Yeah.
high revenue, or what lead to the low revenue actually? Is it because of what their pricing strategies, their service quality? What is like ambiguous? Okay.
All right. So actually the presentation, all of the presentations from the 26 groups were conducted yesterday and 2 days ago. And then those are the presentation, the initial presentation before they started the preliminary round, because we have 2 rounds, and the first and second. And then prior joining the real competition here in the platform, they have to present the strategy in a very brief moment, only 5 minutes at most. So the presentation that you have to assess is 26 groups, 26 teams, 26 teams, which consist of the brief strategy of the business simulation. That's it. So you don't have to take a look at the revenue. You don't have to take a look at the balance sheet. It's only for the presentation and to find one best presenter for the team. That's the main purpose of the assessment. Yeah.
Okay. All the best then. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bashir. And then with that also, thank you to the participants who have already completed the second round. And we're just waiting for the last few costs to be covered up. Here we can see ZS01.
Yeah, pay the GR and ER costs for the S01s from 1 factors. Can you please guys complete all the transaction? Please Make sure again in manage purchase order and post outgoing payment and any other, so you can complete the good receive and invoice receive. And for Mr. Bashir, we deeply honor and glad to see you here. Thank you for all the for your insight and comments. I hope all the participants can implement this strategy, implement and wisely run their business process, and so they can achieve a better and the best profit and loss. Okay, thank you, Mr. Besser, for having us here. We will see you later. All right, we still wait for the 12 factors to complete the transaction for good receive and invoice receive.
All right, thank you 001 and thank you for the participants for paying all your costs. We will be starting the next period, March, the very third period. And we'll just check if we're ready to go. All right, wanna count down?
In 3, 2, 1. All right, so the next period, March period has been opened, and you guys can start to complete and start again the production process and so on. So we'll see you later. Enjoy the game.
Mbak Sima, Mbak Salima, sorry. I think John will join us in 5 minutes from Thailand.
My name is Talis and I'm in my third year studying economics and environmental science here at ANU. The flexible double degree was particularly appealing to me because it meant I could combine two things that otherwise probably wouldn't have been combined. People often consider economics and environmental science as against each other or, not really in the same.
All right, while waiting for, we have a guest we have a guest from Thailand that's coming soon. Maybe we can review the dashboard so far. So here we still have ZS02 leading with 5 million.
5 million
profit
profit
loss.
loss. This is
Wow.
from the team from Anaja, followed by the ZS03,
Infinite profit.
Infinite Profits, and follow again by ZS01 from
One.
One Fighters, and ZS04 from Good Maths and Busim Capitalis. It's not like Busim Capitalis is silent, but they have a specific
They have a strategy that we just don't understand.
yeah, we just don't understand about that, but it's really great and it's really big surprise for us. Yeah. Okay, because actually, in all the competition, I'm worried about their balance sheet statement here, but they always can make it, and I hope they will make it until the last period.
And they always make it last minute to the end of the period, just right as about their
Yeah.
flow. So here we can see, no, they have a lot of raw materials, and
materials.
I think they're about to convert it to finished goods and getting ready to sell. Same with, I think here, ZS03, Infinite Profit, they have a lot of raw materials. And they also have a lot of finished goods. I think they're preparing to sell as well.
Right, maybe since it is in March period, we will continue to the last periods, which is the most special, the special one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams starting to preparing their finished goods here. You can see all have a finished goods, so they can directly sell it as a gift bag in the last period, I think.
So yeah, we'll see. Maybe the tables will turn and maybe their strategies will change with the last period, and suddenly, who knows, maybe all the revenue will suddenly start going up.
Yeah.
We'll just have to see.
All right, and we can see here in raw material revenue, we can see an intercompany activity. Oh
we
yeah.
have 2 companies already here.
Yeah, already intercompany between Chuan Fighters and Manaja. I think they sell each other the raw materials. Yeah, it's really great because yeah, it's a good idea.
And they can really attack on each company's specialization.
Yeah.
And get the raw materials at a really good price compared to the usual vendors.
All right. That's really good. Keep going. Chuan Fighters, Manaja, Infinite Profit, Great Maths, and Busim Capitalis. Because in 8 minutes, we will continue the special periods in April. All right.
And we've been really concerned here for the past 20 minutes, I think, this round, also with ZS05, because I think that's why, I don't know, is it a strategy? Are they struggling? Because they have quite a lot of
Yeah,
costs
quite a
here.
lot of our invoice. Yeah, they have to pay 9 millions for the sales manager, and also they also have around almost 4 million here, but they only have 4 million cash in banks. I don't know. Are they capable enough to pay all the bills? Or maybe they have another strategy that we don't know here. I'm really curious about the Busim Capitalis. Yeah. Okay, let's see the movement here.
We'll see in the next 6 minutes if their strategy changes, if something else changes.
Right.
We'll see if they can get back on top with their profit.
Hello, good afternoon, John.
Hello, sorry to keep you waiting.
It's okay, no worries. I'll give the time to the Educate team to start the interview. To Salima, please.
Good afternoon, Sir John from
Good
British International College.
Creek University of Thailand.
Yes,
Happy to see you here. We are from the Committee of Educate in Business Simulation Competitions. Business Simulation Competition is actually a game or a platform that all participants can do the business simulation activity. So it will train their skills in business process.
So right now they're live here, simulating an actual business and competing with other businesses in a product that are bottled juices. So right now they're in the midst of that and in the midst of their third period where they're producing, selling, and setting prices and exchanging and making all these different deals like in the real world and how the market would work with business products.
Okay, so are you, Mr. Chan, is already familiar with this kind of game before?
Yes, yes.
All right. All right, so it's really good then. We can see here the dashboard performance of each team, yeah. Here we have 5 teams that are competing right now, starting from the company ZS01 until the company ZS05 here. We can see the graphic and profit and loss, procurement, production, sales, human capital, warehouse, and finance. And still we can see also the balance sheets of each company and the profit and loss statement. All right, so maybe the first question is, what do you think about this game, sir?
Well, I'm always in favor of this kind of game, which tries to integrate the whole range of activities in business into one kind of interactive approach. I find that in Thailand, students often have difficulty in moving from one domain of knowledge to another domain of knowledge. So if, for example, we have a class on marketing, and then I ask them to some kind of an accounting question to work out how much their marketing campaign is going to cost, this often causes them problems because they can't bring two things together. It's like they say, well, we can't do accounting because we're in a marketing class, or we can't do marketing when we're in the accounting class. So this kind of thing, which brings it all together, I think can be very useful. And also instructive. Okay, it's a lot more difficult than it looks often. I remember recently we took our students to Stock Exchange of Thailand, and they had a similar kind of investment game. And I joined in together with the students. I thought I would probably be the best, but I was by far the worst. I lost all of my money very quickly, so it can be more difficult than it looks like, right? There's a reason why I'm a teacher and not a business person myself.
All right, we really appreciate and we really appreciate the comments on how this really reflects the real world, and we're really happy to share, and we're really honored for you to be able to also assess and see all of these.
Okay, see all of this. Okay, but maybe, sir, actually we will play in 4 periods. Actually, in a year we have 12 periods, but only for this game we only play for 4 periods, starting from January to April, and we are currently in March periods. And here we can see the time left is only 1 minute. So I will take the team time to announce first the participant. Yeah, it's already 1 minute left, guys. So for all the participants that are not yet completing all the transactions, maybe not yet sell their juice, you can start from now to completing all the transactions. And just keep in mind about the raw materials here, because once we move to the next period, it will spoil. So you have to maintain about the raw materials. And let's see the account payable. Okay, we have company from ZS01, Chuan Fighters, and ZS05, Basim Capitals that has not paid all the third-party account payable to the vendors and also the salary. Okay, it's 7 seconds, and let's count it together. 3, 2, 1. Right, so the March period is officially closed, and now it is the time for all teams to pay all the sales manager salary. Here we can see, sir, it is appear here account payable salary. It is actually sales manager salary from each company. They have to pay it, so we can continue to the next period. All right, so okay, let's continue our interview session here. Yeah.
So while they're paying here, maybe you can ask a couple of more questions on maybe tips or tricks or any strategies that you might recommend to the participants here. We can reference the real world and how it might be, or what you've already seen here today with this business simulation.
So I'm wondering, when I look at the different teams, what is their strategy, right? What is their means of trying to obtain competitive advantage? Okay, because there's many ways of trying to compete with other companies, and I'm wondering whether they have done something like a strategic mapping approach, even like in brief, to say, well, these companies are trying to compete on price, these companies are trying to compete on quality. Where is the space in the market for us? And if we see a space, can we change our existing strategy to take advantage of a competitive opportunity somewhere else? It's not necessary to be always completely consistent, right? If you start with one thing, you can change to another thing if necessary. So I'm wondering how flexible, first of all, what is the basic strategy that companies or the teams have taken? And secondly, are they willing to be flexible if they can see that there is an opportunity elsewhere, so that they don't have to compete directly with another team, but can find some kind of open space or blue ocean, right, kind of thing to compete in.
All right, so thank you so much. Maybe we will proceed to the next period, but I will announce again for the ZS04 for the company Grid Mats. Okay, can you please pay your sales manager salary first?
And also going back, again, sir, thank you for your insight. You're certainly right. You know, these companies do have to be flexible with their strategies because, you know, like you said, it's not always going to be stable or consistent. And we can actually kind of question here with ZS05, were they flexible with their strategy? Because their cash on the bank right now is 1.5, and they have an account payable for the third-party vendors up to 3.4 million. So just like you said, sir, you know, these companies again have to be wary and be flexible with their strategy. So, and that's exactly, maybe that's something ZS05 team, Boosting Capitalists, may have lacked here.
Maybe you have any opinions about their team?
So in particular, at the moment, we face a world in which there are huge external shocks, right? Environmental shocks coming from America, the tariffs, and then the banning people from traveling, all that kind of thing. So what companies often do is try to build up a capital reserve for in the event of uncertainty ahead, and find ways in which they can redirect their businesses to take into account external shocks and external threats. And one way of doing that is to keep some money in the bank, more than we would normally recommend. Okay, in general terms, we want the money to be flowing round and round as quickly as possible, right? The more money flows quickly, the more valuable it is. But when times are difficult like now, it might be prudent to think about keeping some strategic cash reserve. I think this probably is not covered in the game, but it's something to think about when you come to the end of the game and you're discussing what maybe we could have done differently, or what would have happened if this or that. Just a suggestion.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. J. I also agree. We also agree with your statement here, and maybe that's. Thank you for your insightful insight. And as announced, we have a very couple of announcements, and because all teams has pay all the account payable invoice here, we can continue to the next period, which is the special ones. April is the seasonal and special periods. Because it is gift back revenue here. The gift back revenue is just like Christmas season, the most special ones, because gift back can increase the revenue of each team. But we sadly announced to the ZS05 company or Boosting Capitalists, since you guys cannot pay the third party account payable and you have insufficient cash in bank, we have to disqualify you here. And thank you for your hard work. And we will see you later in another opportunity, Busim Capitalist.
Thank you, Wisdom Capitalist.
Thank you,
for
Busim
your-
Capitalist. Thank you for your hard work. And next, let's continue
to
to
the
the
very last period.
the last period of the game in April. We will continue in 3, 2, 1. All right, so we just start the new period, sir. Okay, we can see here that's the month is April here, and all the team has 20 minutes to complete all the transactions. We can see here that they can start to produce again or sell their juice revenue here. Actually, the graph here is moving in lifetime, so we as an instructor we can see their progress here together. Okay, and the students or the participants is playing in the breakout rooms with all the teams. They use all the business simulation feature here. If you can see here, is a dashboard for each team, procurement department. They can proceed with the procurement process here, productions, sales, accounting, intercompany, and human capital. We also have intercompany. That means between 5 companies here, they can do or sell their raw materials, or maybe they use or their any other products each other here. So maybe that's all from us, sir. Thank you so much for having us here, Mr. Jones. It's really great to have you here, and also thank you so much, Bu Fitratul, for invite Mr. Jones. And that's all. I hope we can see you again in another opportunity. Thank you, Mr. John.
Thank you, Mr. John.
Okay, no problem. Thanks very much. See you on Saturday, right?
Yeah, I'll see you on
All right.
Saturday. Thanks a
It's
lot,
Saturday.
John. Have a good
Bye-bye.
day.
You too.
I think we have some of the participants from Boosting Capitalists here, who
Alright.
unfortunately was disqualified in the
Alright,
last
yeah.
round.
But we have Ferdi Putra here,
And
And-
also Carissa.
Carissa. All right, maybe you guys want to volunteering pop up here with us here, having a conversations regarding. We're actually curious about your strategy
Yeah.
because it's really interesting. Yeah, we can see you guys produce a lot of juice and producing a lot of sales. But at the end, maybe you cannot proceed. Maybe you can tell us several comments or
Maybe what went wrong, or what was your initial plan, and again, what fell at the
Yeah,
end
yeah.
there? Hi, Muslim capitalists, are you there? Maybe you guys want to share a little insight.
okay. We're actually happy to see you here.
And we're happy that you guys are still, in the game and still watching the other participants. So
Okay. Do you want to pop up maybe Charissa or Ferdi?
right, Carissa, maybe you want to share a few thoughts or insights into what happened with Boosting Capitalists.
We don't do intercompany transactions.
So you were, clarify me if I'm wrong, but you were trying to employ the intercompany strategy. And what unfortunately went wrong there? Alright, it's okay. Maybe you guys are a little shy, or maybe a little flustered after what happened, but that's okay.
So that's okay.
We can discuss it later on as well if you guys want to share any thoughts. But yeah, maybe just checking in on the other participants here.
Okay, we can see here.
ZS02 is still leading, and wow, I think this is the highest
Yeah, it's the
profit we've
highest
seen so far in the
so far.
semifinal round.
Yeah, because it's almost 10 millions here. It's 9,006,000. Yeah, it's really great because from what I know, from what I remember, the previous session in the first sessions, the highest profit analysis it's only reaching just like 8 million.
Yeah.
8 million. It's really a good movement from CN0 to what the team is Manaja, right? Manaja. Maybe later we can invite Manaja, yeah, with Bosom Capitalists and another Infinite Profit to share their talks and their strategy here.
And right behind we have ZS03, Infinite Profit with 4.7 million, also around the same as the second place placers from our first session. But again, just try to make as much profit as possible, so at least you guys will maybe feel more, a little safer, a little more guaranteed that you guys will be in the top 5 out of the 15 teams competing in this semifinal.
Final station. Right, that's right. Right, we can see maybe I'm curious about the gift back revenue.
Yes, let's look back on that.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the case is the same, yeah, with the first
Mhm.
sessions. We have only one company that's fulfill the demand quantity of the gift packs, and for these sessions, the company is Infinite Profits. Okay, that's really good strategy, Infinite Profits, because through the gift pack you can boost your revenue.
And actually, we have something a little different here. So last session, we only had one company do intercompany, but now we have two,
Two
like earlier I
company.
mentioned, and it was slowly increasing with ZS02,
I see. Yeah,
Manaja,
Manaja.
and also a little increasing with ZS01 Chuan Fighter.
Chuan
So
Fighter.
it's also really interesting to see compared to the first semifinal
Okay.
session.
Maybe for the strategy for the Chuan Fighters and Mahanaja is boost their revenue through intercompany in raw material, yeah. But ZS03 Infinite Profit, their strategy is boosting the revenue through the gift pack. So that's why they produce a lot of juice at first period.
And I think they're taking this lesson from the first
Yeah.
round earlier today. And hopefully maybe if any of the people competing tomorrow are watching, then they should definitely take note of the
Yeah.
strategy.
All right.
We can also look at the cost here. CS01 still has a lot of accounts payable that they must pay. And we don't want the same thing to happen
Yeah.
as CS05.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys are wary and careful of that.
Okay.
And also see we have a lot of raw materials
Sedang 6 minit lah.
actually really capitalize on the gift pack here
The gift pack here.
with the
Tas pun 10 cok.
raw materials. So who knows, maybe that's a
Juga ni
strategy.
susah sama dua.
We'll
Sama dua
see.
je.
All right. All right, welcome back in main room. We have 2 minutes left before we end and close the business simulation competition for today's semi-final round. And we can see here that is the significant movement from the ZS02 Mbak Najah team. They successfully reached 10 million of profit and loss. So my God, this is very good.
This is something we haven't seen before in the preliminary or even earlier in the first
Yeah.
semi-final round.
Okay, and followed by this S03. They have around, it's almost 5 millions here. That's really great. Great, yeah. And let's see again, is there any? Okay, talking about the warehouse, okay. Talking about the warehouse, I think the ZS01 from Chuan Factors has a huge amount of fruit spoilage here. Yeah, it's reaching 1,000 tons, right? We have seen this before. Yeah, it is actually new because no teams that have a huge amount of fruit spoilage just like this. Maybe the team can take notes to maintain the raw materials.
Or purchase cold storage.
Purchase cold storage. Because cold storage is a solution, yeah.
Mhm. So you don't have to panic about spending all your raw materials to the last minute. With cold storage, you can
Yeah.
extend that and delay that panic to the next period or the
Next
period
period.
after. So,
Yeah.
All right, with 40 seconds left, let's check on again. Make sure again for the participants, make sure you are able to
Pay all
pay
the
all the
invoice.
invoices, and we can see that happening right here. And let's see if they still have any finished goods. I think the teams are finishing up here.
Okay,
that
only
is-
focus on finished goods. And I can see that ZS01 or Chuan Factors not only hired the sales manager, but also they train the manager. You can see there.
and the-
There's a account payable for sales training, self manager training. It's a really good job also because we can add the value of our manager so they can help us to increase it. Okay, the period is already closed, and so that's all for the last periods. And you guys have to complete all the transactions such as account payable, salary for the sales manager, and we can and after that we can come back to the main room and review the dashboard together, and we will give you 1 minute to complete all the transactions. And see you in main room. Right, so this is announcement for S04 from Good Maths. Plus complete the good receive and invoice receive transactions. So we can complete all the transactions. All right, we will wait for you in 1 minute.
And for the other teams, please head back to the main room so we can review the data and wrap up for today.
All right.
All right, so we have a couple of teams already back here in the main room. Maybe you can ask some of them, starting with ZS03 Infinite Profit.
Okay, let's. Hello, Rasulullah Rizky. It's really nice to have you here. How about the competition? Maybe you can give several talk or insight about the semi-final for today. We're happy to hear that.
Okay, this competition is very intense. Like not before. This is very challenging and more complex than before. And I hope that the team tomorrow get a lower profit than us.
All right, we get that too. You know, you guys are still competing with 5 more teams who have not done the semifinal round. So, you know, hopefully Infinite Profit will make it to the
Final
final
rounds. Okay, and we also have Ella Christia from Chuan Fighters. Hello, Ella. What you want to share with us a few talks about the competition today?
So for me, this competition is very insightful and very challenging also. Only that, yeah, that's my impression of this competition.
All right, thank you so much, Ella. It's really nice to see you here. Yeah, it seems that you really happy for today. Okay, I hope your team Chuan Fighters can make it until the final rounds.
Hoping the best for all the teams.
Yeah, hoping the best for all the teams here. And maybe, okay, last but not least, we have Kaisra here. Hello, Kaisra from Grid Mass. So you want to share with us a few talks or insight?
Hello, it's so fun. It's so challenging, but it was our first time, so it's confused at first, but it's so fun and it's challenging. And yeah, it gives us so much experience that we can share to our friends or our family in our campus.
All right, nice. But okay, it's little reminder for your teams, Kaisra. It seems that you have not completed the GRER account, so maybe you can complete it. So it will affect to your profit and loss. Okay. Thank you for sharing your insight here. And last, we have Isnani Fauzia here from Mana Jati. Okay, could you please share your thoughts and insight about the competition?
It's so fun for us, and we learn so many things here, like teamwork skill and etc. We don't think it is out of our speculation that we will be the first here in this team code. Yeah, just that I think.
All right, it's really great to see all of the teams here, you know, find the business simulation really insightful and a little more challenging today than it was yesterday. And we really appreciate all of your insights. And, you know, we'll see who's gonna make it to the final round, but we'll never know until the last semifinal tomorrow.
Okay, so please keep in touch with us here in Zoom meeting, or you can see through our live YouTube streaming. And congratulations for all of you for your hard work today. And let's continue to the documentation sessions. We will wait you to open your camera on so we can take a picture together here.